Hi, welcome to Conquer the Concept, and in this video, we'll learn how to use the quadratic formula. So, what is the quadratic formula? The quadratic formula is minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So, what does a, b, and c in this formula represent? It represents the coefficients and constants in the general quadratic form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So the same a in this formula is the same as the a in this quadratic form, and similarly, the b in this formula is the same b in the that is the coefficient of the x term in the general quadratic form. So, what does the quadratic formula give you? It gives you where the points in which the parabola intersects the x-axis. So, if you want to know what the x-coordinate is at these circled points, you should use the quadratic formula. Now, it is easier to factor, as you'll see in a later video, but if you factoring doesn't work, then the quadratic formula is the next step you'll want to take. So let's get to a problem. So the problem is find the roots of the equation x squared minus 7x plus 10. So you can see that this and the general quadratic form are pretty similar. They both have an x squared, x, and constant term. So now the next step is to find what a, b, and c are. So a is nothing but the coefficient of the x squared term, as you can see, and the coefficient of the x squared term is 1. A isn't always 1, but most of the time at a beginner's level it is. So what is b? B is negative 7. And it's also the coefficient of the x term. So what is c? C is the constant, and in this, 10 is the constant. If you have to simplify the equation before finding a, b, and c, please do so. You can do that by combining the like terms. So now what's next is to plug in a, b, and c values 1, negative 7, and 10 into this quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula, again, is minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So let's plug it in. So minus b is just minus 7 plus minus the square root of b squared, which is negative 7 whole squared, negative 7 squared, minus 4ac. So minus 4 times a times c, which is 10, a whole over 2a, which is 2 times 1. Now let's simplify. Minus 7 becomes 7 plus minus the square root of 7 squared, which is 49, minus 4 times 1 times 10, which is 40, minus 40, whole over 2. 7 plus minus the square root of 9 over 2. 7 plus minus 3 over 2. And this we can split into two parts, which is 7 plus 3 over 2 and 7 minus 3 over 2. 7 plus 3 over 2 is equal to 5. And 7, because that's 10 over 7 plus 3 is 10, and 10 over 2 is 5. 7 minus 3 over 2 is 2, because 7 minus 3 is 4, and 4 over 2 is 2. So what do these points represent? So they represent, in the parabola, here's the parabola, what the x-coordinate is when they intersect at the x-axis. Obviously, this isn't the parabola modeled by x squared minus 7x plus 10. We'll talk in a later video. You'll understand how to graph the quadratics, and please watch that. I encourage you. It's a very good video. And so what these roots are is, if you plug 5 and 2 as x in this x squared minus 7x plus 10, you will get 0. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.